to the NCES, more than 2.8 million students attended charter schools in 2015 to 2016, meaning that charter school students account for approximately 6% of all public schools students. Student enrollment in charter schools grew more than 70% from the years of 2009 to 2010 to 2015 to 2016. Okay, so each student has different needs because of the way that they learn. Each school has good and bad qualities. Everyone here knows people who are still trying to get their primary or secondary education. In these types of schools, I have personally experienced 2 out of the 3 schools that I'm going to mention in this speech. I have attended private schools all the way from pre-kindergarten to 4th grade, and then public schools from 5th grade up until my high school graduation. And then I've also done extensive research on charter schools for this speech as well. By the end of this speech, my audience will have knowledge of the different types of schools available. And after they absorb all the information, they will be able to make their own decision on which school they will support and which school they want their loved ones to go to. The first I'll be talking about the pros and cons of charter schools, then I will discuss public schools, and then we'll finally be looking at private schools. Now that I have introduced my topic, it is time to begin by providing you with information about charter schools. According to Benninger, a professor at the Stanford Graduate School of Education, charter schools are public schools exempted from most state and local regulations. Charter schools have both pros and cons, just like the others. After charter schools have pros and cons, the pros of charter schools are that they are free, just like public schools, and a plus is that they have the same environment as a private school, so which means they have smaller classrooms, which means each student gets more attention by their teachers. Okay. The cons of charter schools are that The cons of charter schools are that teachers at charter schools may not be as qualified as teachers that are in public schools, so they have less qualifications. And then, so some people prefer, I gave you information on charter schools, and next I'll provide information on public schools. Some people prefer public schools more than others, and not so much on the other side. The pros and cons are argued many times between professionals. Public schools are free, just like charter schools that I mentioned before, and they have qualified teachers, like I mentioned before. And private schools and charter schools may not have as many teachers that are as qualified. A con of public schools are that the classrooms have over 25 students, and that means that not a lot of them will get as much attention as some may need. I provided info on public schools, and finally I will talk about private schools. People might prefer private schools more. It is up to parents to see if the pros outweigh the cons in this situation. Private schools have smaller classes, which, as I mentioned before, is really good because students get more attention by the teachers. And sometimes private schools, they push their students to get higher GPAs. A con of private schools is that it costs a lot of money, and not a lot of people can provide can give, have enough money to give to this private schools. Private schools also pay teachers less and offer fewer benefits than public schools. Alright, so I have talked about the 3 different schools that are available to today's youth. And finally, I will be reviewing my main points. I will close by reviewing my main points. First, I talked about charter schools, and then we looked at public schools, and finally, we talked about the pros and cons of private schools. There are many schools that are available to today's students. People need to see what fits their needs best and go from there. Some schools fit the certain needs of students, and some don't. I'll leave you with this. Every student has different needs, and every student learns in different ways and at different paces. That is why different schools were made. We should always try to help our students in any way that we can, because at the end of the day, we should always believe that the student comes first. Thank you.